Hello Leos, welcome to your October 2025 General Tarot reading. Thank you for being here with me. My name is Coco and this is Birdsong Musings Tarot. If you are new here, welcome. I hope that you consider sticking around, subscribing to the channel if you feel like you would like to, liking this video if the reading connects with you, or dropping a comment as well. All of my readings are general readings. They are not one-to-one readings, which means that they're not going to land and connect with absolutely everybody out there all of the time. So if that's happening for you today and you feel like, this really isn't for me, please do consider checking out the readings for your moon and rising zodiac signs. There are some months where we just connect more with our moon, our rising, our sun. It happens for me all of the time. And if you don't know what those are, you can go onto Google and type in free birth chart, input your birth data, and then voila, you will have your moon and rising signs as well as your Mars, Mercury, Venus, etc. I already went ahead and pulled most of your cards here. We're going to pull two general energy cards from two different decks. We're also going to get two cards of advice from another two different decks. So lots of information. And yeah, let's just go ahead and dive right in. I'm wearing some big sleeves today, so I have to not get the cards all messed up. All right, general energies, please, for these Leos in October of 2025, please. Thank you. All right, you've got number 17. This is the card of the fates. Whatever's happening across this month, it is fated, it is destined. There are some things happening behind the scenes. And when I say that, I mean your guides, your angels, or things happening with other people that are affecting you as well. And these things are meant to happen. They're not really something that you can avoid. The fates also speaks to karma. You are on the receiving end of whatever karma you have put out in the past, or the karma you are putting out now. What you are putting out now, it's like it is what you are going to attract either very soon in October or perhaps in the future. This card speaks to things that we can't change. It speaks to things in life that just are what they are, right? You may be realizing this and accepting something about life or about your life currently in the month of October. So let's go ahead and get one last energy card before diving into the specifics or more of the tarot. All right, you've got two cards. Let's see. The number 4 popping up 3 times in these cards. All right. The first card you've got is number 44. This is the Strength card, the card of courage, bravery. That is your card in the tarot, Leo. And you've got number 14, Ride the Wave, going with the flow, experiencing joy, happiness. Okay, so I feel like there is a healthy balance across the month for you where you're having fun with friends, you're communicating with people, you're riding the wave of the good things that are happening. It just feels like you're going with the flow. You're not burying your head in the sand with anything. There is particularly a situation, maybe at work, maybe in a relationship, maybe in a family relationship or a family network, where you might be struggling with some obstacles across the month, but I feel like you're taking them in your stride. You're facing them head on because the Strength card is here. You may also be feeling like there's just a lot of things happening in the world. So you may feel like when you go on social media or you go on the news, that is affecting you a lot. So I will say that it's very helpful to detox from social media a few hours before you go to bed, just to get your mind right and your nervous system right, so that when you wake up in the morning, maybe also you can take the first hour of your day and not check the news. Maybe you can leave it to a little bit after you wake up. I just feel like with this Strength card, there's an energy here of seeing everything that's happening around you, as well as things that are happening with people in your life, and just the risk there of things feeling very heavy. All right, so you are showing up in the month as the 7 of Cups. So you're trying to make sense of a situation. You may feel like you have a lot of opportunities or options or different paths that are popping up in your life, and you don't really know which one is the right choice. You may feel even like with your purchases in the month of October, You're a little doubtful of the purchases you make. You don't really know, can I afford that? Do I want that? Does it look good on me? Do I need that? Do I like this pattern? Do I like this fabric? Like there's just some doubtfulness here tied to this card. But with a certain situation, there are obstacles in almost asserting your dominance, I want to say. I feel like you want to be the King of Wands. You're striving to be somebody who is very in charge. You may feel like you want to be in charge of yourself at work. You may feel maybe belittled at work. And I say that because you have the Seven of Wands in your challenge along with this King of Wands. So you may be butting heads with a coworker who is maybe a little bit above you at work, or who has some more responsibilities than you at work. You may be butting heads with a manager, a father figure, or you may just feel like there are some barriers in you self-actualizing in terms of like becoming who you want in life. Maybe feeling like rejected or cast out or even attacked by somebody in your life who is older than you or above you at work, or somebody along those lines. Now, also, this may have you feeling like it's hard to tap into your passions, tap into your joys in the month of October. Things may feel just a little bit like work is taking over, just like errands. You always have to run errands, okay? So I just want to say that that's a very small energy coming through here. It's not a lot of people at all. I feel like most of you Leos have a good sense and balance of both work and play in the month, but just be aware that you may be having a hard time tapping into like having fun. You know what I mean? Now, your opportunity is the Six of Wands. You have the opportunity to succeed with something. You have the opportunity to be seen very favorably by other people in your life. I want to clarify what this is. I forgot to clarify this card. So I am interested in this. Can we please clarify the Six of Wands here for the opportunity? Thank you. This opportunity for Leos. They're telling me that you have the opportunity to lead. Okay. I feel like that's what you're trying to do in the month. You're trying to lead. The Seven of Pentacles. You may be focusing on something that is a long-term goal, and you do have the opportunity in October to be celebrated for this goal that you're reaching. So the Fool came out. There's something new that you are pursuing, or something new that you chose to pursue in the future, but I feel like you get the chance to make a lot of progress on it, and you are celebrated for that progress by other people. Maybe you're showing something to the world or on social media, and you're like, hey, look at what I've been doing. And I'm still not done with it, but I'm really excited that I'm doing this. Or there might be something that you got accepted into, I'm being told. You might be accepted into like a competition, and you're being celebrated for being accepted into the competition. It's a competition that's hard, but yeah, okay. You've got the Eight of Swords clarified by the Lovers card. There is some honest truth or revelation you are having, a realization. When it comes to a relationship in your life, I feel like this may be a relationship with either a spouse or somebody else in your family who you're very close to. A sibling, a parent, a child. Your lines of communication with this person are very open. You are sharing ideas, and you are having honest conversations. This may also be you having an idea. You've got the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So you may feel like there is somebody you are trying to emulate in your life. A father figure when it comes to your family. They can be somebody who is very influential for you. And so you're trying to replicate their behaviors, what I'm being told. This is such a strange message. Or you are trying to be who you believe that they are. Now, this is also you leading your family. I feel like you may be having some difficulties or challenges when it comes to being the head of your family for some reason, if you are the head of your family. There can be some financial difficulties there that you're just working through in the month. There may be some things happening in the home with your family, with your retirement accounts or your savings accounts, something that is changing there. having to draw money out of certain accounts, things changing like that. So that may be happening across the month, Leos. That's what I'm being poked on by my guides, okay? But yeah, you're having some realizations, some good conversations with your spouse or people in your family, and they're important conversations about money, about, I'm getting the sense that somebody may be sick or an older person may be drawing up their will, or you are working with other people to draw up a will for somebody in your family. You're helping them. Perhaps this person has already passed on and you're now dealing with that whole situation afterwards. It doesn't feel like they've recently passed. I don't feel like they have passed, actually. I feel like they're still alive, but you are just working with them and helping them manage their finances, okay? Yeah, very specific messages coming through. I hope that they resonate for somebody watching this. Now, you've also got the Chariot card clarified by the Three of Cups. So you are having some pockets of fun across the month. The Chariot is indicating that there's lots of progress being made, there's lots of forward movement. And the Three of Cups is social networking, meeting people, going out, having fun with friends, enjoying yourself. This could be also drinking alcohol, going out and listening to music, eating good food. I am being given the message here to take it easy when it comes to drinking, that there's kind of this feeling of getting really, really drunk one night. Okay, so I feel like this came up in your previous reading as well. Because I feel like there was one person last month who I did a reading for where I was like, beware of a bad hangover. So maybe when you go out to drink, you just like overdo it or something, thinking, oh, it's fine. Like I can handle 2 glasses of wine. And then 2 glasses of wine later, you're like clonked out. So just be aware of that, okay? I'm going to move on from that. There is the Moon card here. And the Moon card speaks to big repressed feelings and emotions. And you've got the Devil to clarify it with the King of Pentacles. Whatever these financial things are with your family, your home, your accounts, you're trying to get a handle on them and it feels difficult in the month. And there may be some things that are hidden from you, or you are realizing that have been hidden from you, and not hidden from you by people, like by your accountants. I mean, maybe, but like things that you are finding out about your finances. So maybe you realized, oh shoot, my interest rate was actually higher than I thought it was. And I've thought it was 3% this whole time when really it's 4.5%, just something like that. And the Devil being here with the King of Pentacles does indicate that it is in regards to how you handle your finances or your physical resources. It can also be how you handle your health. I'm not sure if you are in poor health or because this other person I was picking up on is just older or perhaps in poor health. There may be some things that are hidden in the shadows regarding their finances. And you are either finding out what those things are this month and you're like, oh God, we got to deal with this because this needs to be dealt with. Or you may be experiencing that in your own financial life. This can also indicate some repressed emotions that are trying to come up to the surface, and I feel like you see them for what they are. Yeah, big emotions that you're experiencing, perhaps anxiety and depression can play a part in this card, but more so anxiety, financial anxieties, anxieties about the future. I feel like this Devil card indicates some kind of toxic mindset or toxic connection, some kind of way that you are connected to money, a home, some kind of physical thing, even maybe like you are co-owner of a business that you just don't really want a part of anymore, but you're like chained to it or connected to it. And there's just lots of anxiety here connected to that. Okay, so I'm going to try to clarify this Devil card one more time. Let's see, can we clarify please this Devil card with this Moon? Thank you. I just want to see if there's anything that I am not touching on? They want this one. Okay, Judgment. I'm going to see what these two are. Five of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Yep, there's that financial piece that I just spoke to. Judgment is rebirth. So in October, you're perhaps stopping doing certain things when it comes to your finances. So you're like, okay, you know what? We need to stop paying for this streaming service because it's sucking money out of our pockets and, you know, they're overcharging us, da da da. So you're trying to do things very differently. It feels like you're realizing you need a different approach to some kind of financial situation. Maybe your rent is too high and you're like, okay, now we need to go change homes because we're realizing that we can't actually afford this rent. Okay, so let's move on to your advice and guidance. You are being guided in the month to embrace the energy of the Justice card. Your guides and angels want you to be very balanced. They want you to come to decisions in a logical, rational manner. They don't want you getting too overwhelmed with things, especially emotionally, when you're making big decisions in the realm of finances, but also anywhere else in your life. Do it in a way where you're really thinking about both sides of the story. If somebody's coming to you and saying, hey, I hate how you're doing this, you need to do it differently. And instead of being like, well, no, I want to do it my way. Okay, how can we reach a compromise? How can we both see how we are approaching this differently and what can we do moving forward? The Justice card is also asking you to be very fair in your dealings with people. Try to give people the benefit of the doubt or just be understanding. Of course, you know, not to a point where you are taken advantage of, but try to be very logical and rational when you deal with people, okay? Try to give them a fair ruling because this is a Justice card, so this person is a judge. Also, there's the Five of Swords, again, the Justice card, and the Moon. This is regarding the conflict that you feel, the anxieties that you feel about, again, your finances or anything else that's coming up in October. They want you to go about the situation with your anxieties, with any kind of conflict you experience in a way that is detached, okay? How can you do certain practices where you detach from your anxiety? Is there something that you do like meditation, yoga, any kind of practice that can ground you? But especially there's some kind of highlight here on detachment of your mind from this issue or worry or anxiety. Can you, again, detox at night with your phone? Are you getting text messages from work at night and you're like, oh my God, I can't be handling this right now? Okay, so I hope that is helpful. We will get 2 more cards of advice as well. At the end of the month, you've got the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Wands. You're showing up very much in control. You are taking on that detached manner that I was talking about before with the Justice card. You are embodying this Queen of Swords who has this information, this truth, this realization that you had in the month. She's taking the sword and she's riding with it. She's like, okay, I've got this information. I've got this truth. I'm going to do something with it. Now I'm going to act on it. I'm going to be very logical. Again, I'm going to be very structured and organized with this. I'm not going to come at this from an emotional point of view. And you've got the Nine of Wands. So you're a bit hesitant about something at the end of the month. It feels like you're very tired, really, just dealing with whatever it is you're dealing with. Any issues that you experience, I feel like across the month, if there's a repetitive issue, you are just like, oh my God. By the end of the month, you're like, oh my God, I just want this to be over with, honestly. So I'm going to clarify one last card here, which is the Nine of Wands. Can you please tell me more about this Nine of Wands at the end of October for these Leos? Thank you. Eight of Pentacles. It may have to do with work. Yeah, you're just like, ugh, work, 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 work. I got to go home after work and then I got to do more work. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you may feel like you are giving out a lot of time, energy, resources, money to something or some people in your life because you're the head of your family, perhaps. If you are, you may feel overwhelmed with like the whole budgeting thing, the whole planning thing. Oh, you've also got the Nine of Cups here. You're actually going to be feeling quite in control of it. It's just maybe annoying or exhausting, and you're just like, okay, I don't feel like dealing with this right now, but I have to do it anyway. And, you know, we have that all across our lives all the time. Nothing you can't handle. All right, let's get some more advice from the Green Witch's Oracle. Ooh, okay. Cool, okay. Makes lots of sense here. The first card you've got is Carnelian. This is a type of crystal. It's a red crystal, which is very fire sign coded for you. The energy you're asked to embrace and bring more of into your life is energy, leadership, and creativity. So how can you be more energetic? How can you lead better? Which is what I mentioned earlier, I think, that you're being asked to lead, take on a leadership role. And also creativity. Can you tap into your creativity a bit better in the month? By the way, it will be useful to write these things down in a journal or on a piece of paper so that you can check in with yourself across the month and be like, okay, how can I embrace more leadership, more balanced leadership here? How can I be a little bit more creative with my approach here across the month, okay? The second card you've got is the card of the bee. And the bees always represent community and cooperation. So you're asked to embrace more community, cooperation, and sweetness. How can you communicate better? How can you cooperate better? As a leader, you want to be balanced, right? You want to be empathetic, but you also want to be fair. And that's what this Justice card was speaking to earlier. Okay, one last card of advice. One last card in the reading. Okay. You've got appreciate yourself. Appreciate who you are and value yourself, Leos. Long-lasting fulfillment comes from the ability to create your own internal peace and happiness. Feeling sad, lonely, or even insecure is all part of your soul's growth. Appreciate who you are and the unique qualities that you offer to the world. Long-lasting fulfillment comes from the ability to create your own peace and happiness. So yeah, that's all I have for you today, Leos. I hope this was a helpful reading, and I hope that you can come back to it across the month for any clarity, advice, or encouragement you may need. So I will see you next time for the November general readings. I can't believe we're already at the end of the year almost, but yeah. So I'll see you then. Take very good care and enjoy October.